Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 12 of Your Take, My Take by John and Jacob. I'm John.
I'm Jacob.
And today we're going to be talking about our top 5 quarterback prospects for the NFL draft. It's coming up this Thursday, April 29th. We're very excited about it. This is an opportunity to see how our teams can improve and take people. But I think this year it's exciting because we have 5 legitimately good quarterbacks who go in the first round that could be franchise quarterbacks. And so today we wanted to give you our take on who we believe is the top 5 quarterbacks for this year's draft. And so, as tradition, we'll do a coin flip.
Yep.
Jacob, you call it in there.
Heads.
It's tails.
It's so bad.
Oh man. And I swear we're not cheating, but that was tails. And so,
dang it.
All right, Jacob. You know what? I feel bad since you lose so often in the coin flip, so I'll go first. So, like I said, this is a very interesting draft. A lot of good quarterbacks. I'll start off with my top 5. The first one, number 5, I believe, is Mac Jones from Alabama. I think he's good. He's good. He's played with extremely talented receivers the last 2 years. He's probably going to have, in his 2 years of playing at Alabama, as starting quarterback at Alabama, he'll have 4 first-round wide receivers picked. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know of another school who has produced that many receivers in 10 years, let alone 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's hard to gauge how good he is because he had so much talent around him here at Alabama. That's not his fault. But I can't really gauge how good he is because he doesn't have the natural athletic ability as the rest of the guys on this list. But he has produced big numbers. He has won, and he is a good player. And so he's number 5, and he might go up pretty high. There's a lot of teams that seem to like him. Number 4, I have Trey Lance from North Dakota State. He's the big unknown that has a very bright future. I think he might have one of the higher ceilings, but we just don't know because he played at a small school. That doesn't mean he isn't good. He's got all the physical tools to succeed. He's big, he's fast, he's got a big arm, and he's a winner. I mean, he plays for a powerhouse team in North Dakota State where everyone's gearing to beat them. They want to beat them. They're the Alabama or LSU or Clemson of that whole league, or not league, whatever division they're in.
Yeah.
They're that good. And the fact that he threw 30 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, that shows that he has accuracy and he has talent and he knows how to get to his guys. Number 3, this is probably going to be controversial because a lot of people probably have number 2, but I have Zach Wilson at number 3 from BYU. I've seen Zach Wilson play a lot. And I think there's a lot of questions. He put up huge numbers and played well in his this junior year that he had. I just don't know if the level of competition is a true reflection of how good he is. You remember the year before this year, he struggled. And there were a lot of people at BYU, even BYU fans, were saying, let's play the other guys because he was throwing double digits interceptions. And that's not good enough. And that was that year he played against the normal schedule, pre-COVID. He now plays a COVID schedule, and he looks like he's the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I just don't know which one's a true Zach Wilson. And people who really do analysis, they have to look at that. Mel Kiper actually mentioned that hey, the 1 year that he threw double digits interceptions, people were questioning if he was good enough and he read his defenses well enough and his progressions well enough. Now they think he's the greatest progression reader in this draft. I don't know if that's true.
They compare him to Patrick Mahomes, so
yeah, and that's a very lofty expectation. I think that's too much pressure on him, and so we'll see. I like Zach Wilson. I just don't think he's as great as everyone says he is. And like I said, I've seen him play since he was a freshman to now. Number 2, I think it's, and a lot of people disagree with me, but I think number 2 and 1 are very close. And number 2, I have Justin Fields from Ohio State. The Ohio State Buckeyes. I think he's good. Not good. I think he could be a franchise quarterback. I think he's got a great arm. He's fast. He ran a 4.4. I mean, that's what I ran in high school, and that's fast. And so if you look at Fields and his overall athletic ability, he's unbelievable, and he played at a very high level where he's at college playoffs. He's playing against pro corners, pro safeties, pro line. He's playing against pros, and he's at Ohio State, and he's playing against very good people, and he's the man at Ohio State. He's that good. I don't think there is that much difference between him and Trevor Lawrence, and I'll tell you why. Trevor Lawrence is number 1. Trevor Lawrence He exploded as a freshman and never looked back. That's the thing. He won a championship as a freshman. He's 6'6". He's athletic. He's not as athletic as Fields, but he's fast enough, and he's got a great arm. I think he has, when you look at a makeup of quarterback, minus his long hair, like we mentioned before, minus the long hair and everything, he looks like an NFL quarterback. He's 6'6", tall. He's got an arm. He can throw it. He can make any throw, and he reads his progression well. The thing, too, he's also played at a very high level in college football, so he knows how to play. I just don't think there's that much separation between Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. I know Jacob disagrees, but if you look at the numbers and you look at what they have done, it's very similar. Some people say, well, you have 2 bad games against Northwestern and I think Indiana this year, Justin Fields has. Well, you know what? Throw away those 2 games, and he only threw 1 pick. The rest of the season, he's great. And the fact that he can tuck the ball and run it brings another element of the game that I think all NFL teams are looking for. So that's why he's not that far away from Trevor Lawrence. And that's my top 5. What do you think?
Yeah, I like your top 5. I think that the 1 through 4, or no, the 5 through 2 are all close, and then Trevor Lawrence is just beating them out. But number 5, I like Mac Jones. I like him because he reads good defenses. He's been playing against good defenses. He's had a lot of talent, though, and we can't really tell if he'll play as well as he did at Alabama because he's always had everything he wanted. And what if he goes to a team that's struggling and now he has to do more?
With less talent.
Oh, yeah, with less talent, and he has to do more
because
plays
Alabama's talent was here. Everyone else seems to be here. NFL, it's pretty close. And if he has to be the man, I don't know if he's a difference maker.
Yeah, and the NFL is going away from the type of quarterback that Mac Jones is. He's a in-the-pocket guy that can't break out and make his own play. The NFL right now is really dependent and is moving towards a dual-threat quarterback. That's why you'll see Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson. Not Lamar Jackson. I don't like him. But guys like that.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Guys like that can go out and make a play if nothing's open. Number 4, I'm going to say Zach Wilson.
Whoa, that's a surprise.
Sophomore year, just really, I thought they should have started the backup. I was really surprised by how much of a leap he had sophomore to junior year, but that's because he played the best high school teams you could ask for.
No, I don't know if they would even be the best high school teams. They were mid-level high school teams playing college football.
Yeah. I swear these teams he played might have been made up. He might have paid them to play that bad. It was embarrassing. And when they played a good team, they lost to them too.
The Coastal Carolina game.
Yeah, those people are athletes though. So Mel Kiper doesn't like him.
Mel Kiper doesn't like Zach Wilson?
Mel Kiper does not like him. And I'm a huge Mel Kiper fan.
Interesting.
Number 3 is Trey Lance. He plays at a powerhouse school. Mel Kiper's liked him forever. He makes all the plays. He's a really smart football player. He's big. People like him in the locker room. No one has an issue with him. He works hard. Yeah, he's a good leader. Number 2 is Justin Fields. People will doubt this, but I really like Justin Fields. I've been watching him since high school. QB1 on Netflix.
It's a great series if no one's seen it.
Yeah, it's a good show. He ran a 4.4. I just don't like that he can't read people getting open. Like, he has to physically see them getting open. But I think that
there's only a couple people who say that. If you look at his tape, that's not 100% accurate.
Well, he has stars on his team that get open, though. What if he goes to a team that only has, like, a few people that can do that? Or what if he doesn't have anybody that
here's a legitimate threat. He can tuck in and run it, and 50 yards later...
like Cam Newton. What happened to him?
He won an MVP. Go ahead.
I didn't even know he was in the league still last year, but yeah. So I also like him because he's stuck it out too. If you look at him, he's played every single game. He's on that vegetarian diet that makes him crazy though. So
sorry, that's Jacob's take on vegetarianism. All right, I didn't say that.
Yeah, well, you can not like that, but I don't know. But
I do question that. But yeah, go ahead.
Number 1 is obviously Trevor Lawrence. Like, nobody's even close to him. He's 6'6". He's the biggest guy out there. He's got the best arm in the draft. He makes super smart decisions.
I don't know about that.
He does. The only problem with him is that he looks looks girly
With his long
hair.
long silky hair, is that why?
Yeah. It's a really
Well, it's funny that you bring up non-football related things and
I just
equate
think-
that into their football talent. Their diet
that's how I see it.
and also their hair. So, okay.
Well, that's just my analysis on
Okay.
it. I think he's been the most dominant quarterback since he was a freshman in high school. He played at a really good Clemson team and started as a freshman, which is unheard of a good school. Because Mac Jones, I don't think, started as a freshman.
No, he didn't. Neither did Justin Fields.
Well, Justin Fields couldn't beat out a NFL quarterback that's always going to be a career backup at Georgia. Jake Fromm. He was also on QB1.
Yes, he was. Is that your biggest knock on Justin Fields? Is he couldn't beat out
Out a career backup in the NFL. Jake Fromm is not that great. He kind of reminds me of Mac Wilson.
Mac Jones?
Mac Jones, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, yeah, Trevor Lawrence, really good. He's really mobile, and that's my analysis.
Well, that's interesting that you bring in non-football related issues into your analysis. But here's an interesting fact. I think I know more about these quarterbacks than Mel Kiper. So do you think?
No.
No?
I trust Mel Kiper a lot more than you.
Wow. I swear I know more about these 5 quarterbacks than Mel Kiper. And give you credit, Mel Kiper knows his prospects. He's better than Todd McShay.
I don't know why they have Todd McShay. They could just stick with Mel Kiper and be good with it.
It's true. So, hey, that's our top 5 quarterbacks. That's episode 12 of Your Take, My Take by John and Jacob. I'm John.
I'm Jacob.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like us, comment, subscribe to ours. We're going to be making more videos about the upcoming draft.
Yep.
We love the draft time. Like I said, people get excited because they see the future of their teams, and so hopefully you enjoy the draft too. But we'll be making more videos about the draft, and we'll catch you soon.